When I was a kid, the village was very, very alive. I remember every man in the village, he was uncle this and uncle that, whether he was the real uncle or not. Everybody was an uncle. People would go to the cafe, the coffee shop in the evening. They used to make all their deals across the table. No contracts, nothing. That's how it was then.
For generations, many Cypriots have left the island to find their fortune on the Greek mainland or further afield. At the age of 18, John Papadouris also went in search of work overseas, leaving the village he'd grown up in. When Turkish forces invaded in 1974, a mass exodus of Greek Cypriots from the northern part of the island left villages close to the border like Kalopanayiotis even more deserted and unloved.
The old village center, it was in shambles. It was abandoned, derelict. I think in the whole neighborhood there was 2 old ladies and a lot of rats and snakes.
Now though, after much hard work and nearly 10 million euros worth of European funding, life is being breathed back into Kalopanayiotis.
These little walls we built here, it was one of our very first projects with the flowers we put on top. It was just a very first attempt to show that the village is getting some attention, it's getting upgraded.
And from flowers, the focus moved to houses, courtyards, coffee shops, and even buses, with the main idea being to keep the traditional style. With the country going through turbulent economic times and recently the recipient of a $13 billion bailout, the government are keen to use John's plans as a template for other deprived areas.
We hope that people will realize that by cooperating between each other, they will really have a more successful project in agro-tourism area.
Mr. Papadouris had a strategic vision for Kalopanayiotis right from the start, but what really makes this village unique is the cooperation, the union that's been formed, the trust that's been made, and mostly the way the older community works together with the younger people here to keep a village that was once dying, thriving.
The project has created a number of jobs in an economy that's expected to contract almost 9% this year, its worst set of results since the mid-1970s.
I don't mind that I have to travel about 50 minutes to come at my work. I think I'm lucky to have a job. So many people I know, they're in their search. They search for a job, but they can't find.
Love the idea of refurbishing the village houses. Sounds like it's going to be very peaceful and quiet, and we just wanted to kind of log out for a week or two, and it seemed like the ideal place to come.
Yeah, it seemed like the perfect place to come and do absolutely nothing.
These are the mandores, the oranges I was telling you about.
And this is where you spend most of your time then when you're here in the orchard?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I come to the airport, I come here, I get no television here, nothing. I just live like a, what is it? What do you call it?
King?
No, like a monk out here.
But it's by no means a solitary existence for John. Plans are now being made for the 2 adjacent villages to unite with his. Eleni is desperate to see Moutoulas as she once remembered it.
I am always emotional when I speak about my village. It's just me. And when I see this village going, it's like dying.
And so, in this tough economic climate, she and the surrounding communities are taking the power to change things back into their own hands. They hope it will attract visitors keen to embrace a back-to-basics approach to life and rediscover the old Cypriot values that 10 years ago also brought John back home.
Everybody is very proud. I am very attached to the village. My young girl once told me, Dad, when you talk about the village, your eyes sparkle. So that was it. I think that made it for me. I thought, she's so right.